What's up, guys? It's me, Jimmy Eric. So the question is that should you become a web developer? Is this the right time to become a web developer? Definitely yes. This is gonna be a quick 101 guide. To become a web developer, you need to define you wanna get into web design or web development. As a web developer, you'll be responsible for programming. As a web designer, you're responsible for some basic programming, but the major focus will be on design. As a web designer, you need to learn one thing. There's three basic categories. One is like the web designer, web developer, and web engineer. Again, I'm not going to focus on web engineer, just web designer, web developer. To become a web designer, you need to know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, some Photoshop, some basic mock-up design. This is called web designer. But if you wanna become a web developer, you need to know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, dynamic programming language such as Python or PHP. Most properly, you need to know PHP. But there's also full stack web developer, which means you're a web designer and a web developer. Most of the jobs right now are the full stack, but still you cannot like master both of it. You cannot become like of the best web designer plus best web developer. One thing is more creative, one thing is more like programming, old school. If I were you, I will focus on the front end web development as a web designer. Front end, again I've talked about front end as a web designer, because most of the website right now in 2020, nearly it's like 2019 is going to end, are built on the WordPress, which is a content management system. So if you just want to put a website within 30 minutes, go to WordPress. First, go to any hosting company such as Bluehost, HostGator, a small orange, my favorite. Buy a domain name, buy a web hosting package, go to cPanel, click install WordPress. Simple as that. After installing WordPress, you go to ThemeForest, buy a theme for $50 or download a free theme, install, buy another, your website is on the air. That's simple how you put your website. But here, if you want to customize the website, most probably if I were want to become a web developer right now, I will focus on becoming a WordPress specialized web developer, focusing on the front end, not the back end. Most probably making custom themes. Yeah. So can you become a web developer? Definitely yes, but you need to go with the WordPress route. If you wanna become a very specialized web developer, Drupal is not that. Drupal is still in demand. Drupal jobs are, I saw every day, Drupal jobs are more in demand. There are few Drupal developers. Drupal is the king of all CMS, but Drupal is Drupal. You need a solid. You cannot run on a $5 hosting. You need to run on a dedicated hosting server. You pay around $200 per month. Drupal is Drupal, man. Drupal is the king. So yeah, I have said a lot of things, still you didn't understand. But here it is. First, start learning some basic scripting language by the game called Code Combat. The link will be in the description box. So number one, Code Combat. Play that RPG game, learn some programming. Number two, Code Academy. Simple as that, nothing fancy. Everybody know Code Academy. Once you finish the Code Combat and Code Academy, the number three is gonna be a challenging free code camp. You need to spend around 1,000 hours, maybe around 3 months to 6 months to 1 year, again depending on the time how much you spend daily. Free Code Combat is a free programming bootcamp online. It's gonna be challenging. I have did that. It's brutal hard. It's not easy. It's literally going to very challenging. I think that's enough. I want to conclude this video in 5 minutes. Become a WordPress specialized developer. It was me, Jimmy Eric. Subscribe and bye. You can check out my channel MBA Market Business Africa, where I talk about my African business journey and give you tips and tricks on how to start a business in East and West Africa. And also check out my travel channel Outing Journal, where I love to travel with my wife around the world. My wife is diagnosed with the retinal pigmentosa, so she is like now 75% technically blind, but still we are not giving our hope. As you can see, my wife is half blind. You can check out this video. Also make sure to check out my Spider-Man review. This is Outing Journal. Also check out my online travel magazine Outing Journal, where I love to write about travel article, travel story, for example such as this one. I love travel writing. I want to become one of the best travel writer out there. And I'm also teaching on Skillshare. Please check out Skillshare. I'm giving you a 1 month free trial. Here's my course on Skillshare. More courses are upcoming on Skillshare. I'm teaching on Skillshare. And also check out my courses on Udemy. Yes, my courses on Udemy, I have around 4 courses, over 20,000 students. Most of my courses are going quite well. Make sure to support me on Skillshare and Udemy. That's all. Keep going on. Never stop learning. Learn until you die.